Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Asplin. Sophie Erber has the night off. New technology for Marquette County emergency responders. The story on the vehicle locator system that'll increase efficiency. Also tonight, protests against the U.S. Secretary of Education, why Betsy DeVos was in Grand Rapids and the target of protesters. Mobile food pantries, volunteers handing out food to those in need in Negaunee. Testing done easy. Michigan Tech researchers cutting the cost and time needed when testing for cancer. How they're doing it tonight. Great Girls, a historical display in Marquette showcasing some of their accomplishments before they reach the age of 20.
From Weather Center 6, I'm meteorologist Carl Bonak. We have a front. We'll track the potential for some showers, and the big story, we'll talk about the heat at the end of the week just ahead.
I'm Mike Ludlam. In sports, we'll have our high school football showdown of the week preview involving Gladstone and Ishpeming.
Plus, Adult says picky eaters. Your news is next on TV6, and it starts right now.
From Upper Michigan's news source, this is your TV6 Early News.
Hello, everyone. A Marquette County woman is behind bars tonight after 2 months on the lam. Ishpeming police arresting a 27-year-old woman on an outstanding warrant. The unidentified woman was picked up yesterday on charges of maintaining a meth lab. The woman was wanted after fleeing the scene of a domestic dispute on Wabash Street on July 18th. When police investigated the incident, they found meth components in the garage and items broken in the home. The woman is awaiting arraignment. She's facing charges of domestic violence, malicious destruction, tampering with an electronic device, and maintaining a meth lab. Marquette County is upgrading the law enforcement computer and vehicle systems. This new system allows for more efficient incident response, and TV6's Nicole Buckman shows us how it works.
Marquette County is in the process of making their police, fire, and EMS dispatched units up to date and more efficient than ever before.
What this will allow is all of the information that we gather on an incident, we will be able to send all of that information out into the field on mobile computers, tablets, and even smartphones.
This addition to their computer-aided dispatch system will have the technology to report digital maps of the incident location. All the units with CAD Mobile will be able to be tracked via GPS from the car.
The system will help us send the closest available resource to the call, but also if a resource gets in trouble in the field and they're not able to tell us where they're at, we'll have a location of their unit.
This technology is not new to the area. In fact, the Michigan State Police and the 5 UP counties they dispatch has had AVL or auto vehicle location for a while. Since Marquette and the other 10 counties are on the same dispatch system, this upgrade will be available in the whole UP.
Not all of them will be on the system when we go live. Obviously, there's a cost to them and they have to budget for that. But we anticipate over the coming years that most, if not all, will end up on the system.
Training on the new $180,000 system equipment will be both for dispatch and responders, both whom are eager to quicken any incident response.
We can get help to people in a more efficient manner.
Dispatch hopes the new system will be live in most Marquette County fire, police, and EMS units within the month. Nicole Buckman, TV6 News, Negaunee.
U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos back in Michigan. She helped open the brand new research center at Michigan State University in Grand Rapids. But it was the demonstrators protesting a few blocks away from the ceremony that got the attention. They were holding signs stating DeVos is not qualified for her current position. DeVos, undeterred, spoke yesterday about the value of the new facility. She and her husband Dick DeVos were among those donating to the university to build the top-of-the-line research facility.
It's about the process of testing ideas and questions and preparing students to tackle real-world challenges. I eagerly anticipate the many contributions made by those who will populate this center.
The $88 million building will have researchers working on cures for cancer, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's diseases. It's located on Grand Rapids Medical Mile. Well, the doctor was in this afternoon at Marquette's Peter White Public Library. Dr. Amanda Johnson giving a free informational talk on memory care and the role of neuropsychology. Dozens of people packing the Shiras room. Dr. Johnson speaking of some differences between common aging and dementia in the brain. Repeating or being forgetful is common, but doing so excessively may indicate a problem. but becoming more organized may lead to better brain health.
Just simple organization, taking that planner with you every day, wherever you go, so that you can refer back to it as much as you need to and have it available to write things down as you need to.
Common dementia signs can include confusion, sudden mood changes, and a loss of focus or motivation. The Ishpeming City Council readopted the resolution to support the Jasper Light Senior Housing Project. This renewal comes after the project was not awarded the low-income housing tax credit application to MISHDA on April 3rd. After meeting with MISHDA several times and expanding their investment narrative in the city of Ishpeming, Jasper Light is reapplying for MISHDA on October 2nd. With today's approval from the City Council, Jasper Light feels they're in a more competitive position in their senior housing plans in Ishpeming.
It's a great thing for this community to have more senior housing. We know the demographics of our society are aging, but Jasper Light's a good place for people to live. I hope that the state will give it its due.
Today was a special meeting for the city of Ishpeming. Their next monthly meeting will be on Wednesday, October 4th. Feeding America West Michigan was back in Marquette County with their mobile food pantry today. This time the pantry was hosted by Negaunee High School. Over 15,000 pounds of food, including fresh produce and baked goods, were available for those who are in need. Super One Foods donating boxes for people to collect the food. More than 100 students were there helping to hand out, sort, and load food into people's cars.
We feel honored to do this again this year, our 6th one. You know, and it's important to remember that there's one in 8 people have food insecurity in the UP and western lower Michigan.
If you missed today's event, you can go to uppermichigansource.com for a full schedule of Feeding America's mobile food pantries. Well, a traveling exhibit highlighting Michigan women has come to Marquette. It's called Great Girls in Michigan History. It's a look at 9 women from across the state that all did great things before the age of 20. Among them is a writer, wrestler, and soldier, also famous tennis pro Serena Williams, who hails from downstate Saginaw.
Whether it's creative arts, sports, activism, politics, there's so many things that all of us can be doing in our daily lives or as a career, and I think it's really inspiring to see what people have done even from a young age.
The History Center is hosting a special reception for the exhibit where women from a variety of professions in the county will be on hand for a meet and greet. That'll be from 6 to 8 tomorrow at the History Center. The ski jump landing at Pine Mountain will be getting a new look. Work to change the landing starting last week. In order to continue being an International Ski Federation Continental Cup event, the Kiwanis Ski Club is required to make this along with other upgrades. The outrun will be shortened and the landing not as steep. This means the landing goes from a 38-degree slope to 35 degrees, but it may actually benefit the jumpers.
All the improvements that we're making are to improve the safety of the hill and ski jumping for all of the athletes. The changes we're making right now to the slope may actually help the jumpers jump further.
The Federation is also requiring the club to install an elevator by 2020. The upgrades are estimated to cost more than $1 million. Time for your first check on weather. Some big thunderstorms rolling through the western UP this morning, Carl, but we're in the clear so far tonight.
Right, we've had some showers around Copper Harbor. Our observer said the ground was getting wet. You can see how the showers are moving off to the east. There was about 1/4 inch of rain in that thunderstorm this morning at Ironwood, and now we notice showers, maybe some thunder down to the south, just to the east of Rhinelander, moving to the northeast, pointed toward the central into the eastern sections of Upper Michigan. So there's the potential for some showers, some thunderstorms, roughly from Marquette to Iron Mountain and points to the east. But behind it, well, we have a front that's sweeping through the Upper Peninsula. We'll show you that front, what's behind it for Thursday and the end of the week, too, coming up.
All right, thanks, Carl. Still to come on tonight's TV6 Early News, a home test kit for cancer. Michigan Tech researchers have developed the technology, making it faster and less expensive. What they've done next, and later, a delicious fundraiser for the Moosewood Nature Center in Marquette. How you can enjoy this and help out following sports.
You're watching your TV6 Early News with Sophie Erber, Steve Asplund, Chief Meteorologist Carl Bonak, and Sports Director Mike Ludlam.
Cancer testing may no longer require a doctor's visit. TV6's Houghton Hancock Bureau reporter Mariah Powell talks with researchers about making this possible within the next few years.
Detecting early-stage cancer and infectious diseases may soon be as simple as a home pregnancy test. Researchers at Michigan Technological University are developing technology to do just that.
We hope that we can develop a safe, accurate, and a simple-to-use diagnostic technique that can help people to do the diagnostic at home.
Gold nanoparticles in these test strips react with biomarkers in blood or urine, creating a red color visible to the naked eye. These take-home strips could cut down on expensive trips to the doctor's office.
This is very significant, especially in rural area and developing countries, for example. So each test strip is only several dollars. It's very rapid, like 10 or 20 minutes, you can detect the result.
There was one drawback to the technology. Gold nanoparticles only react in very high biomarker concentrations seen in later stages of cancer. In order to detect disease or cancer at an earlier stage, researchers had to make some changes.
So the key is to coat a very thin layer of platinum on conventional gold nanoparticles. So we enhanced the detection sensitivity by about 100 times.
MTU researchers are currently collaborating with a similar project at a San Francisco bio company to commercialize the test strips. Take-home test strips for cancer and other diseases could be on the shelves in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm Mariah Powell, TV6 News, Houghton.
The Northern Lights YMCA in Iron Mountain is again wining and dining the community this year. The organization's 4th annual Corks and Forks event is taking place tomorrow night at the Pine Grove Country Club. Guests can enjoy wine tasting of premium wines paired with great food. Hundreds of people each year attend this event. This year it's nearly sold out. It's one of the Y's largest fundraisers of the year. All proceeds from tomorrow night's Corks and Forks event benefits the YMCA.
We always offer an excellent selection of wines and food pairings and just a great night out for people to enjoy while supporting a great cause. Can't beat supporting the YMCA.
This wine and food event is expected to bring in over $10,000, and for more information on how to purchase tickets, visit our website at uppermichigansource.com. Your weather outlook is just ahead. Carl returns with what's coming behind that frontal system and the heat wave returning at week's end. But first from Wall Street, stocks overcoming an afternoon wobble, closing mostly higher. The Dow up 41, the Nasdaq slipping 5. Also a check on local stocks of interest, and gold prices up about $6. Crude oil prices rising 81 cents, ending at $50.29. We'll be right back.
Temperatures this evening, well, up into the 70s. 76 Marquette and also Munising with a southerly wind. It's in the upper 60s in the Copper Country and also at Iron River and at Manistee. Look at these dew points. They're edging up in the 60s, even a dew point of 72 degrees in Ontonagon. We've got a front approaching, and that's helping to draw up some moisture. This front will pass through the Upper Peninsula right now on the doorstep of the western portion of the UP. You can see the band of clouds with the showers and the thunderstorms developing now. Again, that's aimed for the eastern half of Upper Michigan. Behind the system, well, you can see readings are comfortable, but take a look at this. This is a precursor of what may happen here. 91 degrees in Chicago. And we think the warm air will be coming up because by Friday we'll have that deep upper air trough in the western U.S. Big ridge over the east. That brings up the warm air. In fact, hot for this time of the year. As far as the precipitation goes, you can see the showers, the thunderstorms moving through during the night tonight. Then some low clouds and fog to begin the day on Thursday. We could see some scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm early on Friday before the heat moves in. As far as tomorrow, we look for a bubble of high pressure to move across. The winds will be light and that fog could be hard to get rid of for a while, but we do look for sunshine, especially over the western UP. High temperatures will range from the 60s close to Lake Superior with a northeasterly wind, 70s, maybe mid to upper 70s out west with more sunshine. Then look at this for Friday. High temperatures should be in the mid to upper 80s over the west half of Upper Michigan. We'll talk about the weekend and rain chances coming up. Overnight tonight, look for low temperatures, probably getting down to around 50 out west as the drier air moves in with clearing skies, some showers, some thunderstorms for the first portion of the night in the east. And with that front moving through late, lows will only be around 60 degrees. Then for tomorrow, along Lake Superior with a northeast wind to begin the day and some clouds only in the upper 60s, but with more sunshine out west, some spots over the interior in the mid to upper 70s. Your TV6 extended forecast. Again, this looks like a genuine September heat wave. Not unprecedented, but certainly unusual. Highs will be in the 80s both Friday and Saturday, probably 80 into the 80s on Sunday too. The best chance after a shower early or a thunderstorm with the warm front on Friday will be in the northwestern UP Saturday into Sunday. Just scattered activity, and then we'll start to cool down early next week.
This would have been great in July and August.
Right. This is really something. We were so cool, and of course things balance out.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure parents have dealt with a lot of picky eaters over the year. Are you a picky eater, Carl?
I like what I like.
Yeah. Well, some people get stuck in a rut, and Sierra Gillespie tonight tells us about what can change and how to make that change.
Some people are just very structured about what they eat, and they eat the same thing every day. Day in and day out, it doesn't vary much, or they have a certain idea that they really don't like certain things.
Experts say these picky or selective eaters are rare but prevalent enough to see a trend.
It's probably on a weekly basis that I might come across someone that is a picky eater, but I have a tendency to feel that they may just be in a rut or very comfortable or like a simplified eating plan, so eat the same things every day.
It really becomes a problem when a picky adult doesn't get enough nutrients or it impacts their social lives.
If something is affecting you, your functioning, your daily life, so your social life, work, those types of things, then it is a problem that probably needs to be addressed.
Experts say picky eating usually stems from anxiety, and in order to work past it, you need a strong support system willing to push you outside of your comfort zone.
If somebody is a picky eater and they are connected to people who are not quite so picky, the job of those more adventurous eaters would be to really challenge and push the person who's the picky eater to try different things, even if there's a little pushback.
Experts say when trying something new, adults should test out a food up to 5 times to know whether they actually like it. Reporting in Green Bay, Sierra Gillespie, Action 2 News.
Well, your sports is on the way, and coming up, we're going to find out about the Showdown game preview. We'll find out about the teams Gladstone versus Ishpeming. Also, girls tennis. Your sports is next when we come back.
Good evening, everyone. Gladstone's first football season in the Mid-Peninsula Conference has been successful so far. The Braves have defeated 4 conference opponents going into the showdown of the week at Ishpeming. TV6's Seth Wells has a preview of the Braves and Hematites.
This week's Friday Night Fever Showdown of the Week features the undefeated Braves from Gladstone visiting the 2-2 Ishpeming Hematites. Gladstone is coming off their stiffest test of the season against Westwood. They won that game 20-12 and believe that Ishpeming poses threats that are similar to Westwood.
Coach Sergila came from Coach Olson's staff, so similar offensive game plans. You see some single wing action, some I formation action out of them. Their lines get off the ball on offense and defense really hard. It's one of the things that you get from a Jeff Olson coach team.
They run a very similar offense to Westwood, so we're pretty much preparing the same game plan as Westwood.
On the other side of this showdown is the home team Hematites. Ishpeming is coming off a dominant 38-0 win over Manistee. They feel there are a few key areas they must focus on heading into the showdown.
Well, we have to control the football. We have to, they have a lot of weapons. So the best way to defend weapons is to keep the ball in your hands. So we have to be a assignment-oriented football team. We've made some mistakes this year. We have to limit those mistakes. We have to keep the ball in our hands, move the chains.
We had a lot of adversity come our way, but we all group as a team and come back stronger than ever. Their quarterback, Darren Johnson's really good. He's really athletic. But we got a good game plan going in. If we stop him, we got a pretty good chance.
This game kicks off in Ishpeming Friday night at 7 o'clock. I'm Seth Wells, TV6 Sports, Ishpeming.
Let's go to Escanaba, the Great Northern Conference Girls Tennis Tournament in the near court. This is a first singles semifinal. Marquette's Hannah Swajden and the far court Munising's Marissa Ackerman. Ackerman's going to take something off that one to win the point. On the other side, in the other semifinal, is Western County's Katarina Cervantes against Escanaba's Taylor Gauthier in the far court. Cervantes slices a backhand and will get the point after the next ball is long. We do not have final results yet. We hope to have those tonight in your TV6 Late News. And don't forget, all kinds of information is available on our website at uppermichigansource.com. Steve will be back in a moment.
Finally tonight, the Moosewood Nature Center in Marquette has come up with a unique way to help raise funds. They partnered with Hudson's Classic Grill in Marquette for a special dinner tonight from 4 until 9 p.m. If you mention you're there in support of the Nature Center, 15% of your meal's price will be donated to Moosewood.
As with most nonprofits, it's become quite challenging to raise some of our funds, so we're trying to do as many fundraisers as we can for Moosewood. Help us support what we do in our mission.
Moosewood raised more money raised during the Moosewood fundraiser tonight goes to operations and programs.